Hello, Sal Bonavita here. In this video I will be taking you through step by step the Tangos solo, which I recorded not long ago. That one. A link to the full video is in the description, and also in the description I've left a link to the tab. So let's get started. You'll notice in the sheet music that I split this piece up into sections. The first section I've called the intro, which is 2 measures long, and then there's a rhythm section, falsetto 1, falsetto 2, another rhythm section, and an ending section. And the rasgueados which I use in this piece are all explained in great detail in tutorial videos, which I've left links in the description if you want to go into a bit more detail. So I'm not going to talk too deeply about the actual rasgueados, except to describe what they are and how they relate to this piece of music. The most basic one is the index finger down and the index finger up. There's a lot of that happening in this piece. Anyway, the first section, the intro, the first 2 measures of the piece sounds like this. We've got D minor and C. Real slow, it's this. Index down, followed by the E-A-M-I rasgueado. Pinky, ring, middle, and index finger. Followed by the index up, index down, and up, and down, and up. And the C chord with the golpe. The golpe is basically 2 fingers, middle and ring finger, tapping on the top of the guitar with the flesh. You will hit some nail, but don't just hit nail, because you're going to break your nail. It's basically aiming for hitting the flesh of the tips at the same time as your stroke, which in this case is a thumb stroke. C chord, golpe, with a thumb. So it's golpe, and then E-A-M-I again. So again at normal speed. You notice that I put the accent on the upstroke after the E-A-M-I. I like to think of that as not just a 4-stroke, E-A-M-I. I like to think of it as a 5-stroke, because that is part of that sound. It's not just this and then the index. It's a whole unit with the accent on the upstroke. So measure 2 again, and down with the index. All right, let's move on to rhythm section number 1. Measures 3 to 6. What we've got here is a B flat chord, well, a modified B flat chord. I'm not going to go through all the little details about where you put the fingers or whatever, but you know, or even proper chord names. I just know it as a B flat chord, which is that, without the D string fingered, and then the A major chord. The fingerings are all in the music, so I'm not going to get into too much detail about that. It's basically going between this and this. B flat, and A. So let's do measure 3 to 6. First at normal speed. You'll notice that measures 3 and 4 are the same as 5 and 6. It's just repeating. So let's go through 3 and 4. Once you got that, you just repeat it. So it's this. Okay, once again, real slow. Count it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Okay, and then you repeat those 2 measures again, like this. Let's move on to measures 7 to 10. A bit slower, and I'll count it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And then we got measures 11 to 14. Slower. It's D minor chord. Again, I'll count it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Okay, moving right along. Let's move on to falsetto 1, measures 15 to 18. That is repeated in measure 19 to 22, except that the first beat in measure 19 has a D bass, whereas measure 15 didn't. So I'll play 15 to 22 again, slowly, and I'll count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And now measures 23 to 26. A bit slower. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Now I have to to say that this, in measure 25, we've got this B flat chord here. That's a bit of a stretch there. If you can't stretch that, sometimes I can't. Just do this. Instead of hitting the E, go for the D sharp. Or E flat, if you prefer. In fact, when I learned it from a ratty old cassette tape which my teacher sort of put down when I was first starting to learn how to accompany dancers. And he plays it like this. I misheard it when I learned it, and I started to play it like this. It really doesn't matter, whichever you prefer. So anyway, 23 to 26 again. This time I'll do it with the E flat. Alright, so we'll go from measure 15 to 26. Slow. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 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 2 and 3 and 4 and measures 27 to 30. You've got 2 fingers on the D and the B flat on the 3rd fret. Once more, this time I'll count it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Once more at normal speed. Let's move on to falsetto 2. I'll be playing actually all the way through from 31 to 42 to put the whole thing in context. It's a bit sort of tricky to split up. So we need the continuity there from 31 to 42. What this is a descending pattern of chords: D minor, C7th, B flat 7th, and A major. Here we go. I'm going to do this slowly. Again, just a little bit faster. once more, and I will try to count it. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. The next section that I called in the music rhythm section 2, as I mentioned in the music, it's the same as measures 3 to 12, so I'm not going to go through that. Let's move on to the section that I called in the music the end, which is what it is. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 measures. So let's play those 4 measures together. Here we go. And a sudden end. A bit slower. And finish. That brings us to the end of this tutorial. But don't run away yet. I just want to remind you that if you want to learn how to play Raschiatos and develop them, check out the links in the description to my Raschiato videos. I will be doing more tutorials like this, maybe not as chaotic as this one, but there are more coming up, especially those videos that I call the easy flamenco videos. I'd like to go through them because I think they deserve a bit more attention. So thank you very much for watching. It's been a pleasure. I like doing these things, so if you like watching them, please come again. I'll see you in the next video.